all these people that Republicans hate, all these people that you claim are hurting your children or hurting America, they all sat there on stage with Donald Trump. Where were you? Where were the people like you? Where were the people that were calling out Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos? Where were they? Today, I was just watching, I'll probably have more clips come Tuesday, but one of the few times that we get to celebrate some bipartisanship, today you have a Facebook whistleblower. Her name is Sarah Wynne Williams, or I guess a Meta whistleblower. She's currently testifying, or maybe she's done now, before Josh Hawley's committee, and she's whistleblowing on the fact that Facebook has been selling children's data to advertisers. And lying about it. Here's a little bit of her testimony from this morning.
One example is that Facebook was targeting 13 to 17-year-olds. It could identify when they were feeling worthless or helpless or like a failure. And they would take that information and share it with advertisers. One of the things about advertising is advertisers understand that when people don't feel good about themselves, it's often a good time to pitch a product. You know, people are more likely to buy something. And so what the company was doing was letting these advertisers know that these 13 to 17-year-olds were feeling depressed and saying, now's a really good time to serve them an advertisement. Or if a 13-year-old girl would delete a selfie, that's a really good time to try and sell her a beauty product. Or if a 13-year-old girl is...
So let me interrupt right there. Sure. If she deleted a selfie, then Facebook was in essence, or Meta, Instagram, they were in essence tracking her activity online.
It will never get old watching Republicans like Marsha Blackburn. So if you delete a picture, Facebook knows about it? Yeah, of course they know about it, Marsha. I always after all that, I think what we just saw here, first of all of that stuff is horrific. I apologize for laughing at Marsha Blackburn. All of that is, as a parent, as anybody who gives a shit about kids, like, that is disturbing. It's disturbing knowing that these companies are capitalizing off of our feelings. But secondly, I don't think Marsha Blackburn understood any of that. So she just hit us with this.
There, if she deleted a selfie, then Facebook was in essence, or Meta, Instagram, they were in essence tracking her activity online.
Absolutely, that was taken as
like kind of though, like she's on their platform. They're not tracking. She's on their platform. That's so they know when anything's added or deleted. Marsha Blackburn has no clue. We got to get better people in Congress, and we got to get better senators. Marsha Blackburn's got to go. Like, if you can't understand 90% of the stuff that is brought before you, you just got to go. I think I don't know. People talk about term limits a lot. Age. Sometimes people talk about age. I think there should be some sort of test that you have to pass every single year. You have to understand the issues that are coming before you. And so they should roll out a test every year. Be like, here's the issues that are coming before you. Here's some basic terminology that you need to know in order to continue being a senator. One of those things might be what a platform is, what a social media platform is. I think that'd be fairly important. This hearing, I think we're going to have a lot more on it on Tuesday when I get back. I think that Josh Hawley's actually doing a really good job in this hearing. Josh Hawley called out Zuckerberg honestly, I don't think I've ever seen anybody ever more correctly identify what and who Mark Zuckerberg is. And in the spirit of bipartisanship, we're gonna listen to Josh Hawley. Now, if somebody breaks in, he's gonna sprint out of here. But as long as nobody breaks in the next 3.5 minutes, Josh Hawley will be able to finish this. I thought this was fascinating.
Evidence that we have in black and white is a company and leadership that is willing to do anything anything, work with America's chief competitor, work with our chief adversary, sell out other American businesses, sell out American user data, lie to Congress, lie to the public, anything in order to amass more power and make a buck. Can I just ask you, you know Mark Zuckerberg very well. You spent a lot of time with him. He's recently tried a reinvention in which he is now a great advocate of free speech after being an advocate of censorship in China and in this country for years, after suppressing the Hunter Biden laptop story, after working hand in glove with the Biden administration to suppress content on COVID, to suppress content on masks, to suppress content on election questions, on vaccines, all of that. Now that's all wiped away. Now he's on Joe Rogan and says that he is Mr. Free Speech. He is Mr. MAGA. He's a whole new man, and his company they're a whole new company. Do you buy this latest reinvention of Mark Zuckerberg?
Senator, there are two things. If he is such a fan...
Now remember, she worked for Meta. So this is somebody and Meta has gone to great lengths to try and make sure that she didn't testify. So she does have information. I like the color matching we got going on here too. A lot of blue up there between the RTP Talks, her jacket, my hoodie. There's a lot of blue up there. This looks nice. Blue's my favorite color, and this is very appealing to me. I might leave this on paused for a while. Somebody screenshot this. I can use it when I'm feeling anxious.
Of freedom of speech. Why is he trying to silence me? And the other thing is that this is a man who wears many different costumes. When I was there, he, wanted the president of China to name his first child. He was learning Mandarin. That was, he was censoring to his heart's content. Now his new costume is MMA fighting or whatever, free speech. We don't know what the next costume's going to be, but it'll be something different. It's whatever gets him closest to power.
If he were here, is there anything you'd like to say to him?
Senator, I have a lot of questions for Mark Zuckerberg, but he has proven time and time again that you cannot believe his answers. He's lied to members of Congress, he's lied to his employees, and he's lied to Americans. And that's why I'm asking this committee to hold him accountable.
Well, we're going to do that. And I just have to say, I don't
Pace could use a little work. Takes a little too long for her to get those sentences out.
Trust his latest reinvention at all. He sat where you have sat in front of this committee multiple times in my short time in the Senate. Every time it's a different answer. Every time it's a different facade. But every time, the one consistent through line is every time it's something misleading. Every time it's something other than the truth. Every time it's about Mark Zuckerberg, not the American people. It's about Mark Zuckerberg, not what's good for this country, not what's good for his users, not what is the truth. And I, for one, am very tired of it. So I have a message to Mark Zuckerberg as well, which is that it's time for you to tell the truth. You should come to this committee and take an oath and sit where Miss Wynne Williams is sitting now and answer this evidence. Stop trying to silence her. Stop trying to gag her. Stop trying to hide behind your lawyers and millions of dollars in legal fees you're trying to impose on her. Stop threatening other whistleblowers. Come to this committee, take the oath, sit there, let us question you, and give the American people the truth.
Look, this is at odds. This is at odds with this administration. I know a lot of you guys don't like Josh Hawley, saying it's rich from Josh Hawley, but this kind of stuff needs to be celebrated. The guy that they're talking about right now, the guy they're holding this hearing about right now, the guy that they've hated for years was on that stage sitting behind Donald Trump on Inauguration Day. These are the people that are in the cabinet. All these people that Republicans hate. And Josh Hawley's sticking to it, at least in some sense. All these people that you claim are hurting your children or hurting America, they all sat there on stage with Donald Trump. Where were you? Where were the people like you? Where were the people that were calling out Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos? Where were they? They weren't in the audience. They sure as shit weren't on stage. They were at home watching. It's crazy how Republicans take their most hated people and then Trump just puts them in the cabinet, puts them on stage, and Republicans are like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this is totally not weird. If any one of those people had been on stage with Joe Biden for his inauguration, that's all you would have talked about to me for 4 years. That's all, you would never let any of that go. The way that you communicate with Republicans is so important. And if you communicate correctly to Republicans, they will ignore reality. You just have to communicate in a way that allows them to ignore things that normally would bother them. And Trump has absolutely mastered that. Steve Bannon has mastered that. Charlie Kirk has mastered that.